those of you that know Luis Gutierrez's work, he's come out very publicly and vocally against the raids and against the Social Security no-match letters. There are a handful of folks that take that position publicly in Congress, but certainly not enough. Some of you may be aware of the plight of Elvira Arellano, who was in sanctuary in a church in Chicago. Congressman Gutierrez had a private bill on her behalf, and she was deported to Mexico. We also had, I mean, there are just so many examples of really compelling stories, like Eduardo Gonzalez, who testified a couple weeks ago in front of the Immigration Subcommittee, who's going up for his third deployment to Iraq in November with the U.S. Navy, and whose wife right now is under deportation orders. They're just, these raids are not going to do, they're not going to do any good for anybody, for businesses, for human beings, for our nation, for our country, and it's certainly not a solution to the immigration crisis that we currently face. And I think, you know, a single representative or even a handful is, I mean, you know, the administration is doing that because it's within their authority to do it. And President Bush has decided, despite his, you know, historic support for broader reforms, that he needs to communicate to the American public that he's serious about enforcement. But we understand that this is not going to solve the crisis. And again, until you know, we can. It seems like right now the folks that are winning the debate are those, you know, the 60,000 that called the Senate to ask to bring that bill down. That come at this issue, you know, not the way that Representative Gutierrez, Representative Shadegg comes at it, but, you know, there is a question of race in this debate, and at the very least a fearfulness on the part of folks that wanted to shut down the borders about the changing demographics in the United States of America. And until we as Americans deal with that issue and call on our elected representatives in Congress to do something about it, I think the suffering in the United States and the examples that you just put forward are going to continue.